Hi, viewers. Today, our guest is Nandita Misra. Nandita Misra is a social influencer, social media influencer, and YouTuber, a writer, and also member of the BRICS Journalists Association. For years, she has been active on social media and basically working on various issues, including human rights, rights of women, and also rights of religious minorities in the world, including rights of Hindus in Pakistan and Bangladesh. And she has been also very vocal against uh, persecution of recent cases of persecution on Hindus in Bangladesh. And she began raising voice when there was basically nothing in the international or even in the Indian media about what's happening in Bangladesh. Nandita Misra, welcome to BLiTZ.
Thank you so much.
We'd like to first of all ask you that, when you began talking about the genocide on Hindus in Bangladesh, there was basically no voice on the social media and also in the print and electronic media. So how we were confident that eventually people will start speaking, and now really people have started speaking. Where from you got this confidence?
Well, thank you so much for giving me this platform, Mr. Chaudhary. Uh, will you be comfortable if we talk in English and Hindi both?
No problem. Our audience
Thank you so much.
understands both languages.
थैंक यू सो मच. मैं जैसे कि आपने सबको भी बताया कि आई एम सोशल मीडिया इन्फ्लुएंसर, सो आई एम ऑलवेज कीपिंग माई सेल्फ अपडेटेड ऑन मेनी इश्यूज in the world, and mostly like in Asia also. My main focus is in Asia because my Bangladesh is just my neighborhood, Pakistan is my neighborhood, and I am very much aware what is happening over there. मेरा प्रॉब्लम शुरू हुआ था व्हेन आई वाज सिटिंग इन फ्रंट ऑफ माय टेलीविजन, और मैंने देखा वहां पे जब शेख हसीना अगस्त 5 2024 को एकदम से उनका एक अपहीवल हुआ बांग्लादेश में, और शी लैंडेड इन इंडिया, जो कि इट वाज वेरी सरप्राइजिंग कि ऑल ऑफ अ सडन ऐसा क्या हुआ। और वहां से उस दिन से मैंने एक ट्रैक रखना शुरू किया कि व्हाट वाज हैपनिंग इन बांग्लादेश। स्लोली स्लोली बहुत सारी न्यूज फिल्टर होकर के बाहर आने लगी, जिसमें धीरे धीरे ये शुरू हुआ कि हिंदूज के टेम्पल्स तोड़े जाने लगे। इट वाज फाइन क्योंकि ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड ये होता ही आ रहा है कहीं ना कहीं। देन ये हुआ कि वहां पे हिंदूज को मारा जाना शुरू कर दिया था। तो दैट वाज थोड़ा सा मुझे लगा कि शायद ये भी ठीक है। बट ऑफ लेट जिस तरीके से फिल्टर होके न्यूज आती चली जा रही है, तो वो बहुत सरप्राइजिंग है, डिप्रेसिंग है, डिस्टर्बिंग है, फ्राइटनिंग है, कंफ्यूजिंग भी है। कंफ्यूजिंग इसलिए है क्योंकि 1947 में जब बांग्लादेश अलग हुआ था, उस समय बहुत लोगों की डेथ हुई थी, बहुत सारे मास मर्डर्स हुए थे, रेप्स हुए थे। तो हमें लगा कि शायद इट वाज अ पास्ट, और अब वो पास्ट फ्यूचर में नहीं आएगा। बट वो चीज आया लौट के, और प्रेजेंट में व्हाट वी आर सीइंग इज हैपनिंग इन बांग्लादेश टू हिंदूज एंड द माइनॉरिटीज। और स्पेशली हिंदूज की मैं अगर बात करूं तो बहुत ज्यादा है। और जिस तरीके से ये हो गया कि जय श्री राम बोलना इज अ टेररिस्ट, एक टेरर का स्लोगन हो गया। इट इज नॉट, जय श्री राम इज नॉट अ वॉर क्राई। तो वहां पे आकर के, और फिर मैं सोशल मीडिया पे जब मैं गई, तो वहां पे मैंने देखा मेरे जैसे बहुत सारे लोग हैं जो नेशनलिस्ट हैं और जो थोड़ा सा अवेयर है चीजों को लेकर के, जो हमारी सराउंडिंग्स में जो एक्टिविटीज होती हैं उनको लेकर के। वहां आई फाउंड देम कि ये तो बहुत ज्यादा चीजें होती चली जा रही हैं, एंड देन आई स्टार्टेड कीपिंग अ ट्रैक ऑन इट। और आज आज मैं मेरा यूट्यूब चैनल है, उस यूट्यूब चैनल पे आई ब्रिंग सो मेनी पीपल इंटरनेशनली एंड नेशनली ऑल्सो, जो इस बांग्लादेश में जो हो रहा है उसको लेकर दे आर वरिड, एंड दे हैव गॉट ओपिनियंस फॉर दोस थिंग्स आल्सो। एंड यू हैव बीन आल्सो देयर ऑन माय चैनल ट्वाइस और थ्राइस, so I keep on getting so many news from there also. So this way I came for this topic.
You are saying nationalist. So
Hmm.
nationalist meaning those who uphold the dignity of being a citizen of a particular country. So
Right.
to my understanding, when you are saying nationalist, you are particularly indicating to a political party in India, one or some. On the other hand, you are trying to brand parties, for example, Indian National Congress or Trinamool Congress, you are trying to brand them as anti-nationalist. So, do you think they are not patriots or they don't have any love for your country?
मिस्टर चौधरी, मेरे लिए जो डेफिनेशन ऑफ नेशनलिज्म की है या नेशनलिस्ट होने की मेरी जो डेफिनेशन है वो ये है कि यू हैव टू बी व्हेन जिस कंट्री में आप रह रहे हैं उस कंट्री के अगेंस्ट में आपको बात नहीं करनी है। और जब ये चीजें बहुत ज्यादा सबको मालूम है कि व्हाट इज गुड फॉर द कंट्री, व्हाट इज नॉट गुड फॉर द कंट्री, एंड उसमें भी आकर के व्हेन यू स्टैंडिंग विद एंटी नेशनल पार्टीज, एंटी नेशनल फोर्सेस, चाहे वो नेशनल हो या इंटरनेशनल हो, तो मैं उनको एंटी नेशनल ही मानती हूँ। बिकॉज टीएमसी की अगर हम बात करते हैं तो टीएमसी में वेस्ट बंगाल में भी जो बांग्लादेश में हो रहा है उसका ही ट्रेलर वहां पे वी हैव सीन इन वेस्ट बंगाल। वहां पे हिंदूज के साथ में दुर्गा पूजा हो, कोई भी फेस्टिवल होता है वहां पे, एंड जिस तरीके से वहां पे हिंदूज स्पेशली फीमेल्स की अगर हम बात करें तो बहुत सारी स्टोरीज वहां से आती हैं जहां पर उनका रेप्स होते हैं और उनको बहुत मतलब उनका बुरा हाल किया जाता है, जो कि विच इज वेरी डिस्टर्बिंग। सेम चीज वहां पर भी हम देखते हैं। और अगर हम बात करते हैं कांग्रेस के बारे में तो कांग्रेस इज नोन, मैं बहुत रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी के साथ ये बात कह रही हूँ कि कांग्रेस इज नोन टू बी एंटी नेशनल पार्टी। वाई?
In
बिकॉज जी,
please continue.
हाँ, बिकॉज वहां पे जो पंडित नेहरू के बाद में टिल राहुल गांधी वॉज नॉट देयर इन द सीन, तब तक चीजें ठीक थी, मतलब इट वॉज वी न्यू, बट हमको बहुत सारी चीजें पता नहीं थी। सोशल मीडिया की वजह से वी केम टू नो दैट व्हाट उनका जो राहुल विंची है व्हाट ही इज डूइंग व्हेन ही इज गोइंग अब्रॉड, ही इज वर्किंग विद रिच पीपल एंड व्हाट प्लानिंग, बिकॉज वेरी ओपनली दिस पर्सन ही हैज सेड कि पूरे भारत में केरोसिन छिड़का हुआ है, बस माचिस लगाने की देर है। एंड ही कीप्स ऑन फाइंडिंग वन, कोई ना कोई वो मौका देखता रहता है जहां पर कि ही कैन डू समथिंग विच ब्रिंग्स अपहीवल और अप्रोर इन द कंट्री। और आज की डेट में जो भी चीजें हो रही हैं, चाहे वो हमारे संभल में हो रही हैं, ही इज एलओपी बट ही वांट्स टू गो टू अनदर स्टेट एंड अ प्लेस जहां पे अभी बहुत बवाल हुआ है। वाई? आप वहां पे जाकर क्या करना चाहते हो? एंड एवरीथिंग इज, उनका जो बेसिक होता है कि किस तरीके से हिंदूज को खत्म करें, किस तरीके से हिंदूज के अगेंस्ट में हम बात करें। तो आई डोंट थिंक कि ये लोग प्रो नेशन है।
So you mean when you say that nationalist, you say Hindu nationalist. So in India, it's a country of the population where there are a very large number of Muslim population also, not only Hindu population. You have 800 million approximately. I mean the total size of the Hindu population, and also you have Muslim population. You have Sikhs, you have Christians, you have Buddhists, Jains, many others. So when you say Hindu nationalism, do you think the Muslims and Christians and Buddhists and every other people of other faiths, they are anti-nationalists?
No, no, I won't say this thing. If I say that Muslims are there, Christians are there, everybody is not anti-national. There are many good people in Muslim community also
But you
who
don't
are
say,
nationals.
but you don't say Muslim nationalists. You always say Hindu nationalists.
Hindu nationalists are there, definitely, definitely Hindu
So
nationalists are there.
Muslim
Why am
Muslim cannot become Hindu nationalists. Muslims always remain Muslim. Christian always remain Christian. How you define this? I mean, do you want India as a Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, Jain, free Hindu nation?
No, I want my Hindu to be a Hindu Rashtra, my Hindustan to be Hindu Rashtra, because this is basically Hindustan. Hindustan means a place where which belongs to Hindus. We have got a very big heart and we have welcomed Muslims, we have welcomed Christians, we have welcomed Sikhs. All six are Hindus. We have welcomed everybody. But now the problem is, if I talk about Muslim community, Muslims wherever it is said that they multiply in number, they start making the place as their own, which we have been seeing पूरे दुनिया में चीजें हो रही, पूरे वर्ल्ड में चीज हो रही है, and we are prepared for things because मुझे ये लगता है मिस्टर चौधरी की जो जर्मनी में हुआ है, जो फ्रांस में हुआ है, जो यूके में हुआ है, उसको देखकर वी आर टेकिंग अ लेसन नाउ एंड वी आर प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर दिस थिंग. और अगर नेशनलिस्ट की हम बात करते हैं तो आई बेग टू डिफर ऑन वन थिंग, देयर आर गुड मुस्लिम ऑल्सो. मेरी शिकायत सिर्फ इस बात की है कि अगर आप अच्छे मुस्लिम हैं तो आप जो मुसलमान गलत कर रहा है उसके लिए आप खड़े क्यों नहीं होते हैं?
So you mean you want to say
वाई
that
डोंट यू थिंक सो?
when you say that you took lesson from Germany, so
हम्म.
Germany has been always a Christian nation, and where Jews were
हम्म.
persecuted and forced to flee the country and
हम्म.
take shelter to their own country in Israel. So when you say we take a lesson from Germany, so you want the lesson of Hitler, who then find a solution to cleanse the Jews
No,
from that country.
Mr. Chaudhary, when Hitler was there, that was past. I'm talking about the present. I'm talking about the infiltration which has been done by these migrants and the way they have invaded a country when they have multiplied, and the way they have been misusing what was given to them. And now they say that this is our country, you just get out from here. And India में Muslims हमेशा रहे हैं, but we are burdened with Rohingyas. We are burdened with many people who have come from Bangladesh, and now they have made this country as their own country, but they do not think that this is their country. They
So
are here for
it means
creating, right?
it means you are against infiltrators. But you see, the United States is not officially a Christian country, but the
Hmm.
president of the United States and others that take oath by putting their hand on Bible, and in the
Hmm.
U.S. dollar it is written, "In God we trust." So this is clearly a country which upholds Christianity, but at the same time, United States does not unwelcome the immigrants. They rather welcome even many Hindus from India, millions. They are working in United States. So if you are talking against the immigrants, then do you want the Hindus in US to be ousted also and sent back to India?
No, not at all. Immigrants does not always means in negative sense.
No,
If Hindus are there,
in the US, many people enter as infiltrators, then
hmm,
subsequently they become immigrants legally. So in India also, many infiltrators they have already got legalized and they became Indian citizens. So I mean,
right.
if you are talking about pushing out infiltrators from India, then are you proposing that the Donald Trump should push out all the Hindus from US and send them back to Bangla India?
If Hindus are there as infiltrators or migrants in America, they are working and uh, they are giving towards the productivity of the country. They are not there who are slitting the throats, who are out with a gun, and they are
No,
not there who are
no.
trying.
Some infiltrators or even immigrants in the U.S. they are also
Hmm.
involving in terrorist activities. Even some Sikhs they are also involved in terrorist activities. Some Muslims they are also involved in terrorist activities. So for that reason, U.S. Americans they don't raise a voice and demand that all the immigrants should be sent back to their own country. They don't do that. Now, when you're saying you are the largest democracy in the world, then you are talking something which is not democratic. And also, you say that America is your biggest ally, greatest ally, and then you say that even your country is now for solving the what is happening in Bangladesh. You are looking for towards Donald Trump to solve the problem, not towards your Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Of course, Narendra Modi is not in a position of solving it because he is having a minority government now in the parliament. He does not enjoy the majority that he was enjoying before 2024. He was very strong. But because of you people who did not vote for Narendra Modi, who voted for others, made them powerful, made Narendra Modi weaker, and that is now the situation which makes him compelled in not doing something that he could do. And Narendra Modi is not a person who would just silently watch what is happening in Bangladesh, but now he is compelled because he has become a minority government. And you have such an opposition that always confronts everything that your government does. Everything, even your opposition in recently, they don't bother what is happening to Hindus because of course your opposition uh, may not represent the Hindus. I fully agree with you. But I'm talking about the United States. Now, I mean, sending back the infiltrators to their own country, why US should not send the infiltrators also to their own country?
Two things. First thing, Prime Minister Modi is not in the minority. Fine, he got lesser seats this time, but he is still strong and he is bringing many, like in the parliament also, if you see, there are many bills which are to be passed and which will
No,
be
I mean
passed.
minority meaning
Why?
his party BJP did not get the single majority. They had to get the majority through the
It
alliance.
happens.
I
Mr.
know
Chaudhary, it happens in the politics. It
it
happens in the
happens
politics.
in
It is just the
democracy.
election.
It happens in
Hmm.
democracy, and when a party does not get
Hmm.
the total majority, when it has to depend on the alliances, then it definitely hampers the party in
Yes,
doing many
it
things.
becomes difficult. Yeah, it
Yes,
becomes difficult to take decisions solely.
yes.
Single-handed, it becomes difficult, but I'm sure Mr. Modi is definitely going to take a decision on this thing because it's just been like 4th of June was the result when it was declared and BJP came into power. But since then, when opposition was saying that Narendra Modi has gone down and he has lost and he's become very weak, but he has not. Now it is opposition which is crying hoarse, which is saying कि हमारे तो मोदी ऐसे कैसे कर रहे हैं, सो दे आर अगेन ऑन द रोड. और जहां तक बांग्लादेश की बात है तो आई एम श्योर, आई एम 100% श्योर दैट मोदी जी हैज गॉट समथिंग और द अदर इन हिज माइंड विच ही विल डू फॉर द हिंदूज, for the sufferings of the Hindus, for the atrocities which are there on the Hindus in Bangladesh.
Many Hindu,
Infiltrators
yeah.
or migrants who are in USA, if particularly if I talk about categorically, if I talk about US, any country who has migrants which are productive towards the country are they उनका कोई वो दे आर नॉट द प्रॉब्लम. प्रॉब्लम्स वो होते हैं जो वहां पे जाके सोशल एंटी सोशल एक्टिविटीज में आते हैं और उस जमीन पर जाके उस लैंड पर जाकर बोलते हैं दिस लैंड इज माइन एंड यू जस्ट गेट आउट फ्रॉम हियर.
Some, not some, a
Which is
lot of not of Hindu nationalists these days, they are
hmm,
demanding that there should be Hindu Desh in Bangladesh for the Hindus.
hmm.
If we have to admit, I mean, if we have to recognize that, then why the Indian Muslims also should not demand that there should be many Muslim country inside India? I mean, when you are encouraging a country to be divided based on religion once again and become exclusively Hindu country inside Bangladesh, why there should be an exclusive Muslim country inside India? And of course, as per your population, almost 20% are Muslims. So 20% of the land goes to Muslims, and also Khalistan goes to Sikhs. And you are actually by promoting this narrative that there should be a Hindu state inside Bangladesh. Do you understand that you are actually encouraging insurgency inside your own country?
Mr. Chaudhary, if you see the whole of the world, maximum population is of the Muslims and the Christians, and they have got their own country. राइट एंड हम लोगों ने बहुत सफर किया है, इंडोनेशिया हो या इस तरीके के कंट्रीज हो जहां पर की हिंदू पॉपुलेशन था, बट वी वर ड्रिवन आउट फ्रॉम देयर बिकॉज हमारी अपनी कमजोरियां थी. यहाँ पर भी हमारे साथ में सिर्फ एक कंट्री बची है जिसको कि यहाँ पे सनातन धर्म बहुत ज्यादा डीप रूटेड है, जिसको इरेडिकेट नहीं किया जा सकता और उसकी कोशिश की जा रही है उसको इरेडिकेट करने की, खत्म करने की. हिंदुस्तान में, इंडिया में शुरू से बहुत सारे रिलीजन्स रहे हैं और सब बहुत प्यार से रहे हैं. इट्स ओनली ऑफ लेट इट डिड नॉट स्टार्ट इन इंडिया, इट स्टार्टेड इन यूरोपियन कंट्रीज. और वहां से जो मुस्लिम्स का जो जिस तरीके से उन लोगों ने अटैक करना शुरू किया है, वन कंट्री अनदर कंट्री अनदर कंट्री, नाउ दे आर मूविंग टुवर्ड्स बांग्लादेश के बाद में नाउ देयर टारगेट इज इंडिया, बिकॉज इंडिया के लिए उनका एक प्लान है वेयर दे से इट इज गजवा ए हिंद. गजवा ए हिंद का मतलब क्या होता है? आफ्टर 100 years जब इंडिया के हो जाएंगे पूरे हमारी इंडिपेंडेंस को, उसके बाद में लाइक इट विल बी, इट इज देयर ड्रीम दैट दे विल मेक इट अ मुस्लिम कंट्री. बट व्हाई शुड दे? हम जब आराम से प्यार से सबके साथ में रहे, टिल डेट वी वर लिविंग विद ग्रेट पीस विद एवरीबॉडी. उसके लिए अगर हम बोलते हैं कि आप यहाँ पे आके, व्हाई आर यू टेकिंग अवे एवरीथिंग दैट वी हैव? उनका मतलब ये है कि हमारे जो हमारा खाना है, जो हमारी जमीन है, दे आर टेकिंग अवे द लैंड फ्रॉम अस एंड दे आर क्लेमिंग इट इज देयर्स व्हेन इट इज आवर्स. They are going into the, we are seeing so many temples जहां पर एक्सकवेशन के बाद में ही पता लगता है कि वहां पे मंदिर था. मंदिर के ऊपर आपने इन्वेडर्स जब आए थे, मुगल्स आए थे, तो उन्होंने उसके ऊपर अपना मस्जिद बना दिया. उन्होंने उसके ऊपर अपना एक बिल्डिंग खड़ा कर दिया. नाउ वी आर सेइंग दैट हमको हमारा वापस चाहिए, एंड दे आर सेइंग कि वो हमारा है, हम उसको नहीं देंगे. व्हाई?
In
तो
India,
अगर आप प्रोडक्टिविटी के साथ में अगर आप कंट्री में नहीं रह रहे हो, and you're demanding the same story which they have done in Germany, in France, everywhere, कि ये अब हमारा देश हो गया. यूके की हालत अब देखिए क्या हो गई है. देश से अभी हमारा हो गया और नेटिव वहां से चले जाए. सेम थिंग दे वांट अस टू आल्सो टू डू, either we convert or we just let it go.
yeah,
Why?
but the thing is, if we look into the history of India, from the East India Company previously, the Mughals who entered India, their top collaborators were Hindus, not Muslims, because at that time it was not a Muslim country. The Mughals
Hmm.
invaded into your land and forced Hindus to convert into Islam. So why
Hmm.
Hindus cooperated with the invaders, Mughal invaders, East India Company, British invaders? Why? I mean, why Hindus did that? Muslims did not
Mr.
welcome East India Company. Muslims did not welcome Mughal aggressors or many other aggressors. India has been attacked by so many Muslim aggressors, and every time they found their collaborators, Hindu collaborators inside India. Why?
मिस्टर चौधरी, मैं आपसे एक बात बोलूंगी कि जो पास्ट में हुआ था हमारे, वी हैव टेकन अ लेसन फ्रॉम दैट. बिकॉज हमारी कंट्री को अगर ब्रिटिशर्स पर एबल टू रूल, हमारी कंट्री को इफ मुगल्स पर एबल टू रूल, तो कहीं ना कहीं हमारी कमी रही होगी. सेकेंडली, सबसे बड़ा जो नुकसान हुआ है, दैट इज बिकॉज ऑफ द एजुकेशन. हमारे यहाँ पे 60 years प्लस तक कांग्रेस रही और पूरा का पूरा एजुकेशन सिस्टम वॉज अंडर देयर कंट्रोल. जहां पर उन्होंने हमको ये बताया कि शिवाजी महाराज वॉज नोबडी, वीर सावरकर वॉज नोबडी, जिसको कि राहुल विंची बहुत ज्यादा गालियां देते हैं. दे ऑलवेज यूलोजाइज मुगल्स, दे ऑलवेज यूलोजाइज ब्रिटिशर्स. बट नाउ जब धीरे धीरे हिस्ट्री इज कमिंग आउट एंड द फैक्ट इज कमिंग आउट, तो हमको ये पता लग रहा है कि हम इतने बुरे नहीं थे जितना कि मुगल्स को अच्छा दिखाया गया या ब्रिटिशर्स को अच्छा दिखाया गया. एंड नाउ वी हैव लर्न द लेसन एंड नाउ वी ऑल आर यूनाइटेड. पहले
This point,
अगर आप सोशल
very,
मीडिया पे
very
देखें,
important point. Now you say you have learned the lesson from what happened in the past. And with
राइट.
my own experience, I have seen how Soviet Union fell. Soviet Union was the largest country in the world, and it fell
राइट.
because it was divided. And it is said that united you stand and divided you fall. But if you're saying that you
करेक्ट.
have taken lesson from the past, from the history, how you and your own people were manipulated by the foreign powers, foreign um, forces, whatever, and they took advantage in your own land. Now, with that kind of experience, not one experience, many experiences of the past, why your country is still being divided, why you don't have the unity, and when you know that division will ultimately may cause into disintegration of India. So you don't have a foreign threat. Your threat is very much internal, inside. Your enemies are
आई
very much
अग्री.
inside. You don't have
आई अग्री.
Pakistan can never do any wrong with India, or even United States cannot do anything with India if Indians are united. So you actually have your problems and enemies, whatever, inside your own country. Why you don't take care of your internal enemies?
Mr. Chaudhary, we have got enemies within, and because of these enemies within, we have suffered. But now we have become aware, we have woken up from that slumber. हमारी नींद टूट गई. पहले अगर आप देखते सोशल मीडिया पे इतने सारे लोग आपको यूनाइटेड हिंदू नहीं दिखते थे. बट इफ यू गो ऑन ट्विटर, अगर फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ आई से, ट्विटर पे बहुत सारे हैंडल्स आपको ऐसे मिलेंगे जो यूनाइटेड हैं और जो यूनाइट कर रहे हैं, पीपल आर गेटिंग इन्फ्लुएंस्ड. राइट. और उसकी वजह से हम लोग अब because we have taken a lesson from the past and we are aware कि जो हमारे enemies within हैं वो कौन है, उन political parties का या उन लोगों का जो अपने आप को secular कहते हैं. Secular वो लोग हैं जो constitution में the word was added by Mrs. Indira Gandhi and which made all the Hindus very weak. तो वो जो secular Hindus अपने आप को कहते हैं, they because I am a social media influencer also, so I keep on talking with many people and I converse with many people on this topic. Many people are now coming towards nationality. They are becoming nationalist now. 60 years का प्लस हमारे पास जो एक पीरियड रहा था जिसमें कि हमको बहुत ज्यादा नुकसान पहुंचाया गया था because of one certain political party. Now the present government ने एक जिसको कहते हैं ना आग लगा दी, एक अलग जगा दिया है that we are Hindus and we have to stand for the country because this is the only place which is ours. We cannot go to any part of the world and say that this is my country. And now we have recognized those enemies within.
United States is a country, as I said, that their leaders take oath by putting their hand on Bible. United States shows no hypocrisy by showing their inclination towards Christianity. They have in God we trust. You cannot write in your currency Jai Shri Ram. You can never write. And in United States, sitting in United States, if you can definitely criticize Donald Trump, you can definitely criticize anyone, but you cannot criticize America's national policy. You cannot criticize America's major religion, majority of people's religious faith, Christianity. You will be immediately branded as anti-Semite. Anti-Semite, you cannot say a word in the United States against Judaism or Jews. You will be branded as anti-Semite. Then in your country, in India, unfortunately, I am seeing that not only Muslims, many Hindus, I mean, they bear Hindu names, so they are Hindus. They are actively and vigorously and regularly pushing forward agendas against your own country on the social media, and you have a very unique type of judiciary. I would call it unique type. I cannot call it kangaroo courts, but unique type where the judges are very much inclined towards giving space to those who are ready to cause harm to your own country. And those judges are not Mughals. Those judges are not from Britain. They are your own people, Indians, and also Hindus. They are Hindus, most of them, but they are doing this. So I would like to ask your answer in just 1 minute why it is happening.
Mr. Choudhury, I'll answer this question in two parts. One part is you talked about the US, you talked about, US is a country where Christians are majority. If you go to some Muslim country, Muslims are the majority over there.
India but is also Hindus are majority. Hindus are majority.
I'm telling you what. Hindus are majority, but our democracy is very complex. It got complex at the time when Britishers were over here and we had families of Gandhis, we had the family of Nehru, which complicated everything because they had the support of some Jinnah also. This was one point जहां पर आकर हमारा देश कमजोर हुआ था when it was cut into two parts. One became Pakistan and one became India on the basis of religion. उस religion के कुछ लोग यहाँ पे रह गए थे and we open armed से हमने उनका स्वागत किया था. We said okay. ये आपका भी देश है, हमारा देश है, बिकॉज हमारे इंडिपेंडेंस की लड़ाई में एवरीबडी वाज स्टैंडिंग विद अस, वी ऑल वर टुगेदर. बट पॉलिटिक्स कुछ ऐसा हुआ कि हमारी कंट्री में, ये हमारा दुर्भाग्य में इसको बोलूंगी, हमारे लिए दिस इज नॉट अ राइट, दुर्भाग्य ही बोल सकती मैं और कुछ नहीं बोलूंगी इसके लिए. वो पार्टी बैड लक, वो पार्टी आई यहाँ पर जिसने की एक फैमिली ने इस कंट्री को एक वो जगह समझी जहां पर they could rule like Britishers, where they could rule like Mughals, and everything got deteriorated and everything went down the drains. But now that we have got this government, हमारी ये जो गवर्नमेंट है ये बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग गवर्नमेंट है. पॉलिटिक्स में अप्स एंड डाउन्स होते रहते हैं. आपने जुडिशरी की बात की है. इट इज नॉट ओनली द जुडिशरी, में और भी उसकी बातें करती हूँ, और भी ऑफिसर्स की बातें करती हूँ, जहां पर देर वाज अ डायलॉग इन सम मूवी कि गवर्नमेंट तुम्हारी है बट सिस्टम हमारा है. तो वो जो कुछ टर्माइट्स है वो आज भी बहुत सारे ऑफिस में है जिनसे वी हैव टू डील, एंड वी आर डीलिंग विद. टाइम लगेगा बट एवरीथिंग विल बी बैक ऑन ट्रैक.
We hope that things get right in your country, but we are worried,
दे विल.
we are worried seeing that India is getting divided and the division is getting widened. And you have to learn from the Soviet Union what happened, how division actually causes collapse of India. And if India collapses, if India gets disintegrated, then actually those who are now opposing India, they will be the worst sufferers, not the Hindus. Those who are talking against India, those who are talking against remaining together, they will be actually the worst sufferers. And we hope that good things since prevail into the mind of every Indian citizen, irrespective of their religious identities, or even if they're infidels or if they're atheists, whatever. We want India to remain strong. We want India to flourish and prosper and progress. At the same time, we don't want to see India as a country with its enemies within. Nandita Misra, thank you very much for giving us your precious time. And on behalf of BLiTZ, we'd like to thank you. And hopefully, in the future, you will also appear with us with another topic to discuss.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure being over here. Thank you so much.